Joining me with more is the state senator, Mia McLeod, one of the chamber's only 5 women who've been fighting hard to defeat every single attempt by state Republican lawmakers to pass a near total abortion ban in South Carolina. Senator, thank you for being with us. Good morning to you.
Thanks for having me, Allie.
Let me first try and understand what's going on. Your state Supreme Court felt that the 6-week ban was unconstitutional. That same Supreme Court now has a different constitution, and it feels like it was a politically motivated change. Putting aside the fact that there are no women on your state Supreme Court anymore, what are you expecting to happen?
We're expecting another round. We're going to the Supreme Court, obviously, and the deck is stacked. That was intentional, and I voted against the man who replaced Justice Kay Hearn for that very reason. We had 2 qualified, very capable women who were also vying for the Supreme Court seat, and it's my understanding that they were told by Republican leadership to withdraw. And that set the stage for an all-male Supreme Court. And we'll just have to see how it goes.
Let's talk about what's happened, you and the sisterhood, people from different political parties who have gathered together. You have different views about abortion. I've spoken to one of your colleagues, Sandy Senn, who, said she'd rather women don't have abortions, but she also doesn't believe that A, women and their doctors should be criminalized for this, and B, that men should be making these decisions for women. You have come together in an interesting coalition, and you've made these speeches on the floor of the legislature, and yet it has not moved other of your Republican colleagues.
Right. So, I understand completely your conversation with Senator Senn. And yes, none of us are pro-abortion. I think I speak for all of us when I say we're all anti-hypocrisy. And that's what we're seeing every day on the Senate floor as it relates to this issue and, for me, other issues. But specifically for this issue, we know that most women and girls don't even know that they're pregnant by 6 weeks. And to criminalize doctors and healthcare practitioners in a state where we have also consistently refused to expand Medicaid, expand access to quality, affordable health care. We have a shortage of doctors and nurses and other healthcare practitioners. People in our rural communities, especially people of color, continue to suffer and not have access to the medical services and the medical service providers that they need. So, we know it's not really about abortion. It's about them pandering to their base and for them, hopefully getting reelected. So we are in this fight for the long haul. I mean, we lost the last round, but I'm super proud of the fact that my sister senators and I were able to defeat the total ban. This is just short of a total ban, and we continue to fight. We live to fight another day. So, we are going to the Supreme Court, and I hope that the Supreme Court, although it is all male, although that was intentional, I do hope that they will abide by the Constitution and uphold the Constitution as they are, sworn to do. And we'll just have to see what happens when it gets there.
All of your sister senators' speeches were remarkable. They had different appeals and different reasons. Yours was very personal, and you told your colleagues that it was unfortunate that women must reveal intimate experiences to enlighten and engage men. In fact, last month you said, just as rape is about power and control, so is this total ban. Those who continue to push legislation like this are raping us again with their indifference, violating us again with their righteous indignation, taunting us again with their insatiable need to play God. This is not light language from you. This is actually very relevant to your life experience.
It is. It is indeed. And I've been open about the fact, public, about the fact that I am a sexual assault survivor. And to think that South Carolina's women and girls will have to go through the trauma, the horror of that experience yet again. This bill would require them to go to the sheriff. In South Carolina, we have one woman sheriff in all of the 46 counties. The rest are men. So we have 45 male sheriffs, which means 45 male-dominated law enforcement agencies that these women and girls will have to go to and share and relive the horror of that experience and try to prove to the sheriff that they were in fact violated in that way. And it's just unconscionable. At this point, there are no words to describe the level of just the anger and frustration that I think all of us feel. All of us who are women, all of us are moms as well. All of us have given birth, and our male colleagues have not and will not. And so, it is unthinkable that they would not listen to us about our personal experiences. I mean, all of us have different, unique, but very personal experiences. And when they come to the well and talk about what women need to do, and they use women and girls that they know or that they represent as examples, all of these women have something in common, and that is a choice. They had a choice. And that's all we're asking for is a choice. And so, as I said, we won't stop fighting this. This is something that is deeply personal for me, and it's personal for my sister senators. And, we are in this fight together, and we are in it to win it for the women and girls.
You're not just influencing women and girls around this country. You're inspiring a lot of people, including me, who know less about this and have not had your personal experience. But thank you for what you and the sister senators are doing. Senator Mia McLeod of South Carolina.
Thank you.